Hey guys, Trader Tim from EminiMind. Just going to do a real quick video. Today's Thursday, the 21st of March. We had the Fed meeting yesterday. That rocketed us up higher. I didn't put on puts ahead of this Fed meeting announcement. The last one in January, we kind of did the same thing, moving up after the announcement. I am going to look at buying puts at the close today, though, because we are getting quite far away from our trend lines, and whether you're using the 21 EMA or just a basic trend line, we're getting quite a bit of lift off, and I like this little kind of gap up at highs for an exhaustive move, the tight range, the spinning top, and the puts are absolutely dirt cheap. So buy some of those, and then if we do go higher, I can dump them for micro loss, but the reward potential would be skewed to the upside, favorable. So even if we just make a pullback to this this uptrend line, then that would be a solid move, decent, worth the cost. You can see the prior swing high back here, swing low down here. So still going up, higher highs and higher lows, but you can just see how high we have lifted off of this trend line, or the 21 EMA basically is tracking the same as my trend line there. Let's go into, well, I guess before, the other thing about the daily chart, if we look at the fibs, we have this retracement back here that actually touched its 50%, then we made it to the negative 23, went beyond that to the negative 61.8. So if we draw an extension, we didn't even pull back to the extension 50%, made it to the negative 23, and are working our way up to the negative 61.8. So yet another reason that actually that one's here, this negative 61.8 is the even larger weekly 50%. So lots of targets up here from these 50% that should help get at least a little bit of selling and relief to pull us back a little bit. Couple trades today. Just wanted to run through, and then we'll be done. So 15-minute today took me out because we broke to the downside. Very tight range. 15-minute opening range breakout, broke to the downside, and then unfortunately it ticked up above highs before starting this little bit more of a down move. But so far, basically all day just sideways, doing nothing. Intraday. On the smaller time frame, though, there was a really nice inverted hammer right near the open. We had a little bit of a run-up, and this, it's the 11th bar in, 11 minutes in, inverted hammer. Got a nice little push down, bounced, had this little just very tiny bounce, and then got a nice stronger push down. One thing I noticed today, so we had the 4-bar move down, 1, 2, 3, 4 red bars. So I did trail my stop here, but then when I went back to just kind of review things briefly, this very first red bar did not break the prior candle's low, and there's a little bit of wiggle room here because you're trailing your stop, you're trailing a profitable trade. And I think the main concept is, do we get, from the start of this first red bar, do we get momentum to the downside in a strong manner? And this first red bar, opens near its candle's high but closes at the low. Next bar opens basically at the candle's high and then closes about the low. Next bar, same thing, small tail up top, closes near the low. So you're getting momentum to the downside. I don't necessarily know if you need to be so strict as to say, this first bar, it was a big red bar, and that's kind of enough to count that as the first move down. So I'll keep observing that as we move, in the coming weeks. But just a little super subtle nuance that I noticed as I was going through my my trades later in the day. And then from there, so that took us down to lows. That was the bottom of the 30-minute range. And then over on the 512 tick chart, we did make a low tick, and we pulled back to this little 53.10 area. I didn't take that as a long. I had just gotten out of this short, and I just kind of wasn't ready to jump back in. that was only a minute or so later. So I didn't take that one, but I did take the crossover here. And what that means is if we have the halfway back short of the day, when we break the 61.8, I will take the next trade that has an anchor point below the 50 and above the 61.8. So that was here. So we broke the short, the larger short, and then you can just delete that, and then take the next halfway back long, if you will. And so that one basically triple tested at the 50% here, and then finally got its move. It wasn't a very big move because then we rolled right back over, but that was the only retracement that I had today. I thought that might take us into new highs, and then we would start ripping, but we didn't. We just made, I don't know, 5-point move and then rolled over. So that was it for today. There were a couple other 1 minutes in here, most notably, most notably this hammer here, and then another one kind of at this 50%. Both of those could have got you in the long as well if you're not taking the 512 tick chart, but not a super great day being so tight range and moving sideways. I didn't want to overtrade. Now that we're through the Fed meeting, these next, basically 2 months, taking us all the way to Memorial Day, really, should have lots of good trading opportunities. So didn't need to overtrade it and just kind of come out with a couple of small winners and call it good. So that's what I had today, and tomorrow I won't be trading tomorrow. I have to go up to Havasu, but next week I'll be back and we'll be doing the live trading session on Tuesday and then trading all week. So except for Friday, that'll be Good Friday. So next week will be a short week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if you're buying puts on the SPY, I'd be looking for something like maybe 520. 521, like they're so cheap. At the money is fine, and if you want to go like next Thursday for some of them, and then 2 weeks out for another batch, that's fine. That'll take us through the weekend, and we only need a couple of days to really get us to pull back. And if we don't, if we just go higher, then I just dump them right away. I won't hang on till expiration. It's either quick out for a tiny loss, or we start to roll over, and then we move down, 2, 3 days, 4 days max, I would guess, and then I'll just get out. So a real quick, trade, a swing trade, but that's what I'm doing there. So hope you have a great weekend. We'll talk to you all soon.